There we are. Hello everyone. You're not going to believe this, but this is the third attempt today of making this film. I can see myself in the mirror on this camera, so I now know it's working because I can see myself moving. The first time I made it, the camera was set to take a picture, a photo, not a movie. And the next time I did it, I didn't switch the camera was on, but I didn't start the movie. Anyway, I've got it sorted. And it was a good one last time. Now I've got to try and remember what the hell I talked about. It's not easy. Okay, last time I sang a song, sort of. I had a halfpenny, I bought a wafer, and so on. This week there was another song. Lady of Spain, I've a feeling you've fallen flat on the floor from the ceiling. Lady of Spain, I love you. Another one that I sang when I was young kid, probably about 8 when I was saying that. I don't know, I heard the song. It was, I think it was quite popular back then, but that's the words that I thought were sung, not the real words. Some of the games we used to play as kids, and a lot of you did play them, we've mentioned it before. One of the games, I know it's all different names for different parts of the country. We in Enfield would call it knockdown ginger. Well, me and my brother and friends would call it knockdown ginger. And that's knocking on neighbours' doors and running away, and then laughing when they come to the door. We did try once to tie string on one door and on another, but it didn't work. We got a road in between, and that didn't work at all. But it would have been fun if it had. We thought so. And in Enfield, where I grew up, there's a road. A lot of people from Enfield will know Lavender Hill. You go up Lavender Hill, and on the left is Gordon Hill Station, and then the road goes over the railway, over a bridge. On the left, once you get across the bridge, is Hedge Hill, where I lived, on the top end of Hedge Hill. And on the right was some waste ground. It's a housing estate now, but when I was a kid that was waste ground, and in there was a couple of panels missing on the fence so we could get in. We called it the old house. It wasn't a house, it was, I think, more of a warehouse than anything, because, and we heard, as kids we heard that it got bombed during the war, and it was a storage place for the hospital, Chase Farm Hospital, and in there were the remains of beds piled up, and stretchers, loads of stretchers, and the remains of gas masks, the metal filters. That's all that was there, all burnt, rusty, and the building had no roof on part of the building. It was all demolished really through fire. You could see the burn marks. But it wasn't the house that we were interested in. It was what was around the house. Apple trees. That was our scrumping ground. Nobody bothered because nobody cared about the place, so it wasn't in anybody's garden. It didn't actually belong to anyone in particular, so nobody bothered whether he went in there and got the apples. There was me and my brother. We would go up there with 2 carrier bags each and bring apples back full. But there was not only apples, but you had apples, you had pears, plums, raspberries, blackberries, of course. I couldn't eat blackberries because I can't eat them. Blackberries, to me, they're out the other end straight away. And then just before the whole place was bulldozed and the housing estate was built up, we found the hazelnuts. I wish we found them earlier. But we would go there every other week, to get some apples. Mum would send us up, give us a bag, go get some apples. And we'd eat loads of them while we were there, the eating apples, but we'd bring back the cooking apples. And a few eating apples as well. But mainly the cooking apples that Mum wanted. And she'd make apple pies and baked apples. Wonderful, wonderful times. But then, just before, I think it was about a year before the bulldozers came in, there was a group of kids that come from another estate, and they cut a tree down because they wanted the apple at the top because it was bright red. Everyone wanted it. It was bright red. We were throwing sticks, but we couldn't get up that high. And they used a saw and they cut the thing down, which was a shame because that meant there's no more apples. They were nice apples on that tree. But, that sort of destroyed it really. But it was then the bulldozers came in and it bulldozed the whole lot down, which was a shame because they were damn good trees, wonderful apples, and the plums, and the raspberries and everything else. And as we went through this fence, you could either go onto the railway embankment, and on the embankment was a pillbox. We never went there much. We used to go there, but not often because it was too close to the railway station and you can get caught too quick. But as we say, just beyond there was a place called Hilly Fields. That was a great place to play. It was as the hills, as it says, hilly fields. It fields on hills, and there was very steep hills. And we would ride our bikes over there and ride down the hill. And at the bottom of the hill, it levelled off, and then there'd be a brook. And there was this brook, and we'd ride our bikes into the brook, and then turn and try and ride the whole length of the brook. Never made it, of course. We all fell over. The water got too deep in certain plots, especially on a bike, little bikes. And our shoes would get soaking wet, our socks would get soaking wet, our jeans, we wore socks, everything was soaking wet, our shirts, mud. Mum weren't too pleased because as soon as you took your shoes off, they stunk like cows. We didn't come home straight away. We was out for 4 or 5 hours, and all that water inside your shoe, in your socks. Oh boy, it stunk. But we didn't care. Mum didn't like it. Got into trouble quite a few times. And what else was there? One of the games we did, the old cat's cradle. I remember doing that. And another game we used to play, which annoyed a lot of people, especially adults, and us really after a while. if I started it, my brother would join in or my sister would join in, and then after you do it about 3 or 4 times, that's enough. After 2 times sometimes, twice, it went like this. You got 2 people. First person would say, "You remind me of a man." Second person would say, "What man?" "A man of power." "Power of what?" "Power of voodoo." "Hoodoo." "You do." "What?" "Remind me of a man." And it's gone again and again and again. Yes. That was our fun. The most fun I had was at tea time, listening to the radio. The Archers. Remember listening to that when I was a kid. I think it was about 7 o'clock that used to come on. But before then, there was Dan Deere. I remember listening to that. And having tea. You'd have bread and butter and fillings and jam and chocolate spread. My brother had peanut butter, my sister had peanut butter. I couldn't stand peanut butter. I didn't like it at all. I had chocolate spread or marmalade or Marmite. And then cheese. Dairy Lee cheese triangles. Wonderful. Toast. Used to toast it on the fire. That was good. But listening to the radio and in the kitchen, in the dining room, wonderful days, good days. I often wonder how I would like to go back to that house where I grew up, just to see it one more time. But it's not the same now. The kitchen's probably been knocked down and they've probably got a conservatory which has ruined it really, I think. Or it has. But there we are. Next week I'm going to talk about family and about one something that all families have got, the black sheep. I was not the black sheep. I am now, but I wasn't then. But I am now. But that's another story. But I'm going to talk about, and it's going to be fun stuff. It's not serious stuff or anything like that. It's just I'll just do the fun bits, the funny things that happened. I want to talk about my granddad as well. Some of the things he did. So there we are. It's hard to believe that it's the end of August already. We're supposed to get rain today, but we haven't got any. So I'm happy that a lot of you enjoy these videos that I put together or make, and I will continue, and maybe some of you may even ask a question and I could answer it on a video. That would be good. So for now I'll say, I won't say goodbye because I'm going to talk to you and chat to you and type and post things and comment stuff. I want to change certain things in the group as well. But there we are. Thank you so much.